Good afternoon, Flannelverse. Another Wednesday all dog show. Really excited to talk about the week 11 slate, especially with our special guest, Chad Maschke. Three-time, count them, 1, 2, 3 Dawg Bowl qualifier. Joining us today, talk about the show, good friend, family of the channel. Really excited for today. Really love this slate. A lot of good fun angles we're going to get to today. But first, I want to start with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Neil Orfield. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm excited about, as you said, I like this slate. Also, I think there's a lot of like different ways you can play it. You can't really get locked out of a fun build. I think it's kind of like regardless of how you start, I feel like there's a lot of ways to go. So excited to play this slate. I'm really what I'm feeling the most today is anticipation for eliminator pods. I've still got one team left in the eliminator. We're down to 192, so it's like getting to the point where it's real money. It'll be if I advance this week, it'll be $2,000, and then it gets up to 5,000. So like I'm anticipating that the pod reveal of my eliminator matchup, but don't have that yet. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. And then I really want to get right to Chad. Chad, man, I've been so happy that you got in a couple weeks ago. You've been grinding this thing so hard. I know that you're like just zero focused in getting back. And the fact that that was your goal and you accomplished your goal. Big tip of the cap to you, my friend. Congratulations going to Kansas City. How you doing today?
I'm good. I appreciate it. I know you've been had some close ones these last couple of weeks too. And like another close to heartbreak again. So and sad to see that, but I know you're grinding it hard as well. I mean, last week I went in about as hard as I've gone in, and yeah, I was close again. I had another 5 in the top 50 the week before, 6 in the top 30, something like that. So been getting all around it too, just not putting quite the right thing together. So to get another seat, but I mean, it's all gravy from here because I got there week 8. So and then had the weekly winners on top of that. So that was a crazy 24 hours.
Oh, that's right. So, $20,000 took it down.
Yep. So that's
pretty great.
And usually the Monday of when Dawg Bowl drops, I'm all in there right away. That week I was not, so I was way behind going into week 9, and then I was so spent from it too because that was like a lot of adrenaline for a 24-hour period for me. So
that's awesome, great. Man. So happy for you. So happy for you.
A lot of people commenting on the matching outfits now, where we're starting to get the comments. Adam, shit my money, just asked why we're all matching, and I told him it's for the sex appeal, obviously.
Obviously. So yeah, that's a wild 24 hours, man. Punching Dawg Bowl and weekly winners hit. That must have been pretty fun, wild ride. I want to just briefly talk about what you just mentioned about being all over it, but not getting home. Something that I've been struggling with the last couple of weeks. Anything that kind of comes to your mind on the reflection side of what you're trying to do a little bit different this week? Or is it just the grind, keep building really good, solid rosters over and over and over again and letting the variance of the slate let you punch that ticket?
Yeah. I mean, you said it right there. I'm just continue to build the same way that I am and let whatever happens. 2 weeks ago, that's the Bowers and Loveland blow up week, the 2 of the highest tight end scores of the season. If that didn't happen, I think I would have been punching 1 or 2 more for sure. Cause I had great teams that didn't have them that still finished in the top 50. So it was just one of those, like, the variance did not go my way on it, but I'm building the right way with it. And then I ended up with some Bowers teams that kind of got close to. I had a Bowers and a BTJ where we needed BTJ to score a touchdown. Matt, you and I both would have got there. So it would have been nice. But yeah, the process is right. And it's a hell of a lot easier for me to say that after that getting the seed already and then now being close. And I fully understand that, especially with how big of a like top heavy contest this is, and it is a bankroll killer. But I'm going at it the same way, believing in the process and what I've done to get there. So I mean, qualified now three years in a row, and just keep on grinding.
Very nice. Are you really going after that second and third seat this next 2 weeks?
I am. I had never maxed a Dawg Bowl until last week, so I am going hard these last 2 weeks. I've 52 in this week already, so which is an insane amount when there've probably been between 70 and 80 drafts only. So I'm going hard for it.
Yeah, I think this week seems to be feeling a little bit quicker than last week. I think everybody's getting a little kind of little antsy, a little like, we got to start getting that volume up a little bit if I want to get there.
Yeah, it's either that fear of missing out, or this week there felt like there were a few different angles and mispriced players to start with that have corrected a little bit. The last couple of weeks I haven't felt that way. So
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, all right, so let's get into it. We're already talking week 11. Let's jump right into it.
Let me pull that up.
So, Chad, let's kind of go position by position. Is there anything at the quarterback position that you thought was kind of mispriced, or are you kind of with consensus with ADP? And how are you tackling, the elites up top with Josh Allen and Lamar?
Yeah, QB, I'm generally more just letting it come to me and kind of playing it based on what the rest of my build is. And I want to stack it together. And I know that you can get by without stacking, especially in the 12 mans, because you just want the most points you can get. But I like removing some of that variance. A couple of weeks ago, it was Flacco and T. That was my big stack. And that's really where I kind of leaned in. Right now, I've got more Mahomes, and I've got 15% of him, and that's been as much him falling to me. The big elites up top. Lamar didn't practice today. We'll see what happens. It's a Wednesday. He's a veteran. I like Josh Allen a lot more than Lamar just in general for this week. So I probably won't have much Lamar, and I'll probably have a fair amount of Josh Allen. But other than that, with QBs, I'd let the rest of my team kind of dictate where I go and grab them. Yeah,
I'm with you on that. With Mahomes, I was kind of pairing Mahomes up front in the kind of 2-3 turn a little bit, and then now that you can get him in the 4th round, I feel like it's kind of stealing. Personally, that's just kind of how I see it. So Neil, you are in the streets, and you're like, I see you in almost all my drafts. So what's going on? How are you liking this quarterback slate?
Yeah, I'm liking it quite a bit. I have not taken a ton of Josh Allen yet, but I do think Josh Allen is like a tier by himself. Like this is, we know that he does well in games where he's pushed and he's playing against Baker Mayfield. So I think like this is a really fun, like Josh Allen in the, first, second round, I think is viable. I don't have a ton of it because I'm generally taking running backs there or one of the elite receivers. So I'm a little bit underweight, but I'm trying to get more of Josh Allen right now. I don't love Lamar where he's going. I mean, even before the Q tags, just a tough matchup. Looking at the projection sources that I do use, Fantasy Points, like doesn't actually project all that well in this matchup with Cleveland. So not really in love with that. Herbert, Mahomes, Mayfield, I kind of love that range, but I also think it's a fairly deep quarterback slate. I've been doing a lot of both the Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco, kind of stacking up that game. I've been doing some Stafford and some Darnold, JJ McCarthy. I've done some Jacoby Brissett, Jordan Love. I'm kind of getting in on as everybody's hating on Jordan Love. I still think he can put up big games. And then now we have, even like the addition of Jameis Winston as a possibly playable quarterback. So I'm kind of all over the place with quarterbacks.
Yeah, Chad. So Chad, are you kind of seeing it that way? It's scoop up some value, but kind of get correlated, kind of stacking. Are you mostly just kind of stacking or doing one-offs with falling ADPs? Is that how you're kind of attacking quarterback?
Yeah, mostly. I will say Herbert is one that I have one share of in the 50, and that's as much the O-line being a major issue for them. And if he falls, I'll start grabbing him. Just the price where he is, and he's going right around Mahomes. I've just been grabbing Mahomes every single time over Herbert. So that's probably the one area where I would differ. But yeah, it is grabbing that value 5th, 6th round QB and just stacking it up. I have already taken Jameis. So Neil, to your point, like he's definitely viable in these things, and pretty much any QB is viable if it breaks right. JJ McCarthy I've had, so I like to just kind of fill out the team and see what makes sense with the QB.
Yeah, one thing that I've been trying to focus on a little bit, just to help with that floor a little bit, just because I don't know if I see a separator at the quarterback position, is just find someone that might run a little bit. And guy like Brissett, he's been running quite a bit. Mahomes, of course, Herbert. I haven't really clicked a lot of them because it's like Herbert or Mahomes. Like, for me, it's like, it's Mahomes, especially in that kind of must-win game environment. And plus with Andy Reid coming off a bye, they've historically have done really well and really shook up the offense after a bye week. So I'm really attacking Kansas City pretty hard, personally. Caleb Williams is one for me that, he's been running a lot. It's a difficult matchup, but good scheme, good offense. Indoors, it's a dome environment, has a decent game total. So I've been kind of hitting that a little bit as he can slide. Those are some of the things I'm thinking about. Bo Nix, what do you guys think about Bo Nix against Kansas City, revert against Mahomes? Sometimes those games get a little wonky, and he has that rushing floor with ceiling potential. And I don't see him go very often. You guys got any thoughts on Bo Nix at all?
When I get stuck and have no real good way to stack, Bo Nix is definitely an option, to your point, like the rushing upside. So he doesn't need anyone to bring him along. He does not do well in tough matchups. KC is going to be a tough matchup, so that's the drawback. But there are worse things you can do when you got your back against the wall.
Yeah. Agreed. And this is a game that Trevor Lawrence had. His one good rushing game was against Kansas City. He had the 2 rushing touchdowns against Kansas City. I think Bo Nix, maybe could see a little bit more of that rushing ceiling in this game. I kind of like the call. By the way, I see my account balance just went up, which means that I can go check my eliminator pods now. So back to you.
One other one we haven't talked about that is it's in a good spot, but again, I don't know if we know how to tackle it, is Jordan Love. He's just starting to go in drafts. He pretty much went undrafted in the first couple of days of when the contest opened, but he's starting to go a little bit more. I haven't done it yet. I don't know what to do with it yet. So sometimes when I don't know what to do with it, I just sit and wait and ponder on it. Is Mr. Love against that New York Giants. They play a shitload at man coverage. So to me, it's like it could be, if it's not Jacobs, it could be through the air, and it could be like big splash plays, throwing the ball downfield.
Yeah, I've been seeing Love go, and Christian Watson too, with the Dobbs injury. I track all my drafts. I put together data off of it. I'm way too much of the data person, and Love's been going in about a quarter of drafts. Nick's about 40% of drafts. So just a little bit of to back up what you're seeing, and that's, granted, 50 drafts only, so I missed a couple.
Well, that's why we have you on the show, Chad. We want that alpha. We want that. We want that data, so we can kind of figure out what's going on here, so we can make the best judgments moving forward. Yeah, so I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah. So there's definitely leverage with Love. And not to be that person, but if he projects well, then I will start moving him up too. So I'll jump on it at that point. But for now, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I haven't clicked it yet. It screams Josh Jacobs to me. That matchup just screams it. So I feel like we kind of talked about the quarterback position pretty good. It's kind of personal preference up top. If you want to if you think the elites are going to separate, other than that, you're kind of stacking it up or jumping on game environments or scooping up some value as the draft board. Take what the draft board gives you, is what I was trying to say. Anything else, Neil, that before we move over to running back?
No, I think we covered quarterback fairly well. I think we got to all the guys that I'm getting to, at least so far. But yeah, it's fairly deep, kind of fun.
Yeah, I agree. And this running back, there's a lot of fun stuff here. I've been pretty with the market with CMC all the way to Kyron. I'm a little bit more Kyron over Henry, a little bit. I'm a little bit more Rico Dowdle over Warren, which is a little bit of a shocker, but I think Rico's a little sneaky this week, and I like Josh Jacobs a little kind of better than some of those wide receivers in that same range. I think Josh Jacobs is in that smash spot like I talked about. But what are you thinking up top, Chad, on the first 7-8 running backs that go off the board? How are you seeing it?
Well, for the most part, I have been keeping it just at ADP to get exposure to all of them. I like Warren over Rico. Jacobs is in that smash spot. It is a great matchup. I can never get him right. So if I go in on him, he's going to dud in the smash spot. And if I don't, then he'll blow up. So I usually try and just take him at ADP. So I don't have like too many major thoughts up here. It's the next group that was more interesting, especially when you take into account the ADP that I'm sure we'll get into. But yeah, this group I'm pretty much drafting in the order that they are.
Before we get to the next group, Neil, any shout outs, anything that you see, anything that Fantasy Points likes maybe a little bit better than others kind of in the top from CMC to Kyron?
The big one is Bijan is not number 2 in the Fantasy Points projections. He's number 4 there. So they actually like Rico Dowdle as the running back 2 here. So he looks great to me. I mean, I love this range, and Bijan is kind of the one that I've been like sort of like looking for reasons to skip. Like if it comes up to me and Bijan is there, I'm like, I'm just going to go to wide receiver. Just don't love the matchup with Carolina, but obviously the role is pretty strong. It's also he deals with Tyler Algier, so it's like it's a strong role, but it's not like he's going to get 25 touches most games kind of role. So in a tough matchup, I'm not getting to Bijan as much. But I love this range of running backs. That's kind of the interesting thing with running back is I think the top is really strong here, but then it's also really deep. So then it's I play it a lot of different ways. But yeah, I love McCaffrey here. I will say when I started drafting Dawg Bowls, seeing Jalen Warren in the early second round was like, oh my God, I need to get picks at the turn. Like I really wanted the Warren Dowdle double tap. Never got it. I finally get a back half of the board pick. I got the 9th spot, and Chad got Jalen Warren before I finally got my opportunity to get a late draft spot. And then Chad took Jalen Warren ahead of ADP, as always happens when I draft with Chad. So that was frustrating. But yeah, I think this is a really, really strong range. I've taken a lot of Dowdle, Warren. I like Jacobs quite a bit. I think down to me, it's a tier that goes down to, I think Cook is kind of the end of the tier for me. Like I really like the top up to Cook. And then it's kind of like, don't really love Derrick Henry. I know you're more in on Kyren Williams. He doesn't project as well. And then I think it's kind of a flat tier of a lot of running backs that I kind of like after those top 6 or 7, whatever it is that I named.
Yeah, no, I concur. I think Rico's going to project really well. And that's the only reason why I kind of shouted him out. I think he's going to project really well and probably move up. So I've been trying to pair a lot of these try to get these 2 in the first 2 rounds all the way to the Henry and Kyron, just to get some pair. Because for a little while there, it was a really short window. You're able to get Bijan with Kyron. That's gone now. That window is shut. So I was trying to really do that early in the contest.
So and I think Kyron is like a Rorschach test. Like you see what you want to see, because like with the quorum usage in particular, because when it's a close game, it's always Kyron getting the work. When it is a blowout, that's when they've been giving even more to quorum. That's one narrative. Or the other narrative is they are now alternating drives and making the change throughout the season as it goes along. So it's kind of which way do you want to play it and which way do you see it? And no projections is really going to be able to encapsulate all that. So you got to pick a lane and go. Yeah,
I agree. All right, let's talk about the fun range here from Chase Brown, pretty much all the way to our boy, Rachaad White. It's not really our boy, but a boy. We can really talk about it. It's really Chase Brown to RJ Harvey, and that's the big one. That's what we've been chasing is the Harvey stuff. So I'll start with you, Chad. How this range, and then especially Harvey, if you don't mind sharing some of that alpha.
Yeah, when this contest opened, that was the area that I was looking at, was essentially from Kyron Chase, Vidal, Aaron Jones, and RJ Harvey, and a little bit Rashad White. That one's, he's just playing like crap. But like the role in theory was there. And I know Bucky was back at practice today, in quotes, that walkthrough with the video, but I don't think he's going to go this week. But it was really that range. And because of that, I was taking receivers early, especially like that 1-2 turn. You were able to get Rashee Rice and Justin Jefferson and then still grab 2 of these backs, which was an insanely nice thing to do. So the top of my running back exposures are Chase Brown, Harvey, Kyron, Aaron Jones, Vidal, Judkins. Like that is the top of my exposures right now, because that's how I was attacking it. That's why I'm 50 deep already too.
Yeah. It's good angle. Good angle. What about you, Neil?
Yeah, I mean, same. I immediately saw Chase Brown now with Samaje Perine questionable. I think probably not playing this week. I think Chase Brown, like the usage is just going to go up, and it's an elite matchup with Pittsburgh. So Chase Brown like immediately stood out to me. His ADP has moved up pretty significantly. But I've been kind of targeting Chase Brown, Kamani Vidal, Woody Marks, Travis Etienne, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift, like RJ Harvey, all the way down to, I've actually been like, in a pinch, I've taken Kareem Hunt, who like everybody loved a few weeks ago, and now after one bad game, everybody's off it, but like still could fall into the end zone twice. I don't love that, to be clear. I kind of think I'm really targeting heavily this kind of range and trying to usually pair it up with like one of this group with one of the top 6 receivers is what I like to do most of the time. But yeah, I think this is just a really, really deep, good running back slate.
So, Chad, quick question for you, not to put you on a spot. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Now, with say Chase Brown to Harvey, would you build 1-1-3-1s with those guys? Or are you looking to do 1-2-2-1s with those guys?
Generally, I want to do the 1-2-2-1. I don't mind a 1-3-1. I got some of those, especially when I got the 3 elite receivers. I know in particular, I've got like, I think it's a Jamar Chase, Devontae, and Rome team with one of those running backs. So I no problem doing that when it's the elites. At back end, if I can, I'd rather take a running back. But sometimes it's not an option. So, and receivers are going to project better, but like we'll talk about the later running backs in a minute here, I'm sure. But it's more driven by what's left than anything else. So if it's all gone, I will go the 1-3-1. So,
yeah, it seems to dry up pretty fast. Like Harvey right now is really tail end that 3rd round. You hardly see him go to the 4th. You do see Rashad White a little bit in the 4th now. And then that's really that kind of ends running back. And then that goes to our next kind of talking point is like, are we clicking Kenneth Walker, DeMarcado? I have done a little bit of Kareem Hunt. I think he's going to project okay, especially if Pacheco sits. That's something to monitor moving forward. And then again, Zach Charbonnet, the Walker Sharp situation, tough matchup. But again, it has a high total in a dome. And it's late hammer type of play. What do you think, Neil?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I'll just say Emari DeMarcado is the running back 11 in the fantasy points rankings, ahead of Kyron Williams and a lot of these earlier running backs that we like. So I have taken DeMarcado a few times just from the standpoint like he might move up. I don't know what the ETR rank, if it's going to be similar in terms of how they project DeMarcado, but I think we have a Q tag on Bam Knight currently. But DeMarcado actually seemed to pass him anyway in the last game. I think he rushed for over 100 yards. I think I read.
No, he had 100 total
yards. Yep. 64 rushing.
The receiving work was good, and we're gonna get to him. We get to DeMarv Harrison Jr. and the out tag and everything, but that offense has been super condensed. So I'm glad we have this because I haven't done it yet, but like he's becoming a little bit more interesting to me. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times, but yeah, those are kind of. I have not done like Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet yet. I don't know, just feels too thin against the Rams. If it was a better matchup, I probably would. Sean Tucker, I guess you could even consider. Maybe his role is growing a bit. But yeah, I've done DeMercado, I've done Hunt. I think that's as low as I've gone.
Yeah. What about you, Chad?
Throw a name out, and I've probably done it. So
Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard.
What's that?
Tony Pollard.
Okay, there's my limit.
Found one.
I think he's drafted once.
Yeah,
Tyler,
but I mean, even Tyrone Tracy I've done. So, and sometimes I'm grabbing a guy like a Dobbins where he's not going to play, but I just need a roster filler right now until projections come out, and then I will see what the swap is going to end up being. So as long as he still has that Q tag and he's not going to play, that's a way that I'll play it sometimes too, because it does get ugly. I do like DeMercado on here. He's moving up pretty good. And now being drafted, where before he obviously was not. So right. Yeah, I've got some of the stats that I've tracked, but like early on, he was like maybe 30% drafted. Now in the most recent, he's getting up to 70%. So people are moving on to him. So
yeah. So we got to have the quick conversation before we move on. Tampa Bay running back. So I think you already kind of shine the light of how you feel with Bucky. So you think he's not playing, correct, Chad?
I think he's not playing. That doesn't mean I will not click his name right now, though,
right.
At the right price. But yeah. I think he's not playing. I think White will still get the majority of the work. I anticipate Buffalo is going to be ahead in that game, which leans more towards White. I think right. Sean Tucker is the better running back, so he's a viable option. If Tampa is pushing him, there's nothing that says that Sean Tucker doesn't have the blow-up game he had a couple of years ago against New Orleans. So that's a whole lot of me saying, do what you want with Tampa.
Yeah. How are you seeing Tampa Bay backfield, Neil?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that Bucky is going to play. I mean, it's promising seeing that he's back at practice, but my guess is that it'll be next week before he comes back. I did see in the Mathology's Maniacs channel in the Flaniverse Discord that the Bills appear to be a good matchup from a standpoint of they allow a lot of explosive runs, which I think Sean Tucker, like as Chad said, is the better running back here, and he's not really going drafted. So I haven't done it yet, but I'm kind of intrigued by Sean Tucker as a fallback option if everything else falls through and you can't get a running back that you want. Like he's rushed for 9 times last week for over 50 yards. So I don't totally hate it against the Bills, but yeah, I haven't done it yet. I actually don't know if I will, just because there are so many other strong running back options that I don't think you need to go that deep, but I think it's viable.
Yeah. I'm kind of playing it wait and see tomorrow. I thought it was interesting that at least he was like in uniform and like walking through. We're more worried about the shoulder, right? It's nothing really with his ankle, it's shoulder,
right?
Correct.
Yep.
So the explosion, the thing is, like, if he does play, he's the explosion back. The Bills give up explode. I mean, we just saw it with A-Chain. And that wasn't like outside runs. They were giving up explosion runs like between the tackles. So, and that's where the strength of the Tampa Bay O-line is as well. So it's kind of like, oh man. So at the right price. And so let's quickly have that conversation, Chad. What do you think is the right price for Bucky? Like 5th round Bucky, or is it 6th round Bucky?
5th is fine. It depends how the team's coming together too. Like if I'm going to be left with QB tight end at the end and there's stacks that I like, I mean, I could take him in the 4th round too. Like it really depends a little bit. You have to think through how you want the rest of your team to look and how the rest of the board is shaping up, because why reach on a tight end in the 4th round when I could just lock up Bucky and then get the tight end I still want, if that's Schultz or Cade Otton in the 5th, if I'm on the front half, or if it's somebody else that's going to stack. So it depends a lot on how the rest of my team is shaping, but 5th would be ideal probably.
Yeah, that's what I did earlier today. He was in the 5th. I clicked him a couple of times. Either he's staying the clock. Granted, he's my second running back, so I can always, if he doesn't play, I can build a 1-1-3 and swap to a wide receiver versus a running back. It's been kind of how I've been playing it.
Yeah. Well, and if you're debating too between the 4th or the 5th, the 4th round has a swap priority over the 5th round. So if something else pops up and a 5th rounder gets ruled out, if you took Bucky in the 4th, you're going to have the priority over whoever maybe goes out in the 5th. So just another small little tiebreaker sometimes I think about. And definitely when you are at the turn, take your Q tag person in the earlier round, and then take whoever you wanted after that. So,
yep. Great chat out there. I just like, and we're about to get to those. So I like some of those 4th round wide receivers. It's been my decision point. It's like, do I want QJ or do I want Bucky here? So it's been a fun little tug of war I've been playing with myself. All right, let's get to the wide receiver. It's pretty strong up top, and then I kind of see it as a big long tier after that. Looks like Puka, JSN, they've been pretty. I see a little bit of Chase over JSN, but not a whole lot. And then there's a big gap between Chase and Jefferson, for sure. Sometimes Jefferson falls to the 2nd round even, that I've been seeing. And sometimes London flips Jefferson. I've been seeing that quite a bit lately as well. You guys believe in the Puka, JSN, Chase kind of right there with the running backs up top? Go ahead, Neil.
Yeah, I think so. I think that those 3 in particular, JSN is number 1. And again, using fantasy points projections, JSN kind of stands out like above the rest pretty significantly in terms of the projection. And then they actually have Puka 4th, which kind of surprises me. I'm not sure that I'm guessing he's going to project better elsewhere because he's too good to be ranked 4th. I think they have him below Drake London and Jamar Chase. I don't really understand. I know London has been really great the 3 of the past 4 weeks, but still having him ahead of Nakua seems like a mistake to me. So yeah, JSN I think is like the clear number 1. I like Jamar Chase. I like the matchup with Pittsburgh. And then it is kind of, I guess I would include Puka there as well. So I think there's like those 3 is kind of a tier for me. And then there's a long flat tier of like, I like these receivers. I can kind of see it. I also wouldn't be surprised if they don't do that well in their matchups. A lot of like sort of tough matchups beyond those top 3 to me. So to me, it's a tier of top 3 and then a pretty long group of wide receiver 2 range. Did you see it differently?
Very similar. I kind of have a cliff after Adams, Higgins.
Okay.
Kind of. I'm not big on Metcalf, personally. Flowers is kind of boomer busty for me. Rome against zone, I don't love, but could happen. What about you, Chad? How are you? You seem like your strategy was grabbing some of these wide receivers early and then hammering running backs in that like 2, 3, 3, 4 turn. So what kind of wide receivers were you kind of targeting kind of early and like right now in our current market that we're drafting in?
Yeah, Puka is my most drafted player right now. So I've been taking him at 2 generally. I might, switch it up a little bit because I'm at 20% because the RNG gods will not give me the 1.01 ever, but it's keeping me on the top half of the board. But yeah, I mean, I was hammering Jefferson, London, Rice on that 1-2 turn. I liked them. I think they're going to project relatively well. A lot of times Rico and Jalen Warren were already gone. So it was, how do I want to then leverage it with what I was seeing with those running backs falling? But it is definitely a top 3. I have been taking Chase over JSN sometimes and then going back and forth. I really just kind of want to keep those 2 more equal. And the way I'll do that is probably drop Puka down now just because I have so much Puka already. So just trying to keep the exposures relatively flat from those 3. And yeah, I really like Nico Collins in that group. I think he should be a little bit higher than he is. He should be in that Rice range. And he kind of is moving up that way now. But when it first dropped, he was a mid second round, around 2021, 22 could get him. So I do like him a lot in that group. So
yeah, I concur. And Buka too. And Buka crushes zone. Bills play a ton of zone. The same thing with JSN. JSN kills zones, and that's all the Rams play. So like, there's just a lot of these guys are all in really good matchups. And then Rice doesn't have Surtain to worry about. Plus Mahomes coming off a bye, Reed coming off a bye. I really like the Chiefs to really take the Broncos to the woodshed this week. Personally. Adams looks like he's trending in the right direction, and all he does is score touchdowns. So, and that's a high game total. So that's a nice click for us. He seems to always go in that 2-3 turn. It's like tried and true.
Yeah.
All right, then it gets kind of like, for me, from like, that Higgins all the way down to like Jennings and Sutton. It's really personal preference, what you think might, score a touchdown, game environment type of play. This was kind of my angle early. It was like, I was Marv Harrison Jr. here. He was getting 30% of targets with McBride. They were making up they were taking 60% of the pie, those two. And they were just in a smash spot against the Niners that are, their defense is playing nothing but backups and guys off other people's spring training rosters and stuff. So that was a bummer that we lost Marv. We're going to do some swapping here. But what do you, Chad, what are you seeing kind of in this range? I know it seems like this is kind of the range that you're skipping because you're getting your running backs, but will that change now with like, as it's going to jockey and those running backs are moving up? Are you going to get into this range at all, you think?
Yes, it 100% will change. And that's by market's going to make me change for lack of any other reason too. I mean, you kind of hit it. They all have pluses and minuses to them. You can make a case for any of them. The DK Metcalf, I mean, you see Cincinnati, you think, hey, that's a really good matchup. But the only thing that doesn't produce is that number one receiver against them. So that's a little worrying. Aaron Rodgers is not letting routes develop downfield either, which hurts DK on top of it. So when we get to tight ends, maybe we'll talk a little bit about how we want to play the Pittsburgh tight ends, because I have not clicked them yet, but I want to. But it is going to make me pretty much not click DK the rest of the way here. So the rest of them, I mean, you can make a case for anyone. Addison with the big splash plays. Tet, he's eventually going to get there. He gets the work. And I like him. I don't think I've taken him, but that's as much because I've been hammering those running backs. So,
yeah. What about you, Neil, in this kind of range? What do you like anything? Or are you more RB here still?
Yeah, so I like Higgins against Pittsburgh. Just love the matchup. I've taken DK Metcalf, but I think you make a good point that it's actually not a great spot. Like I just see Cincinnati, I'm like, okay, attack Cincinnati, but it has not been great for number one receivers. Again, Cincinnati, I think they have one like good defensive back there that kind of stops the top receivers. So that's a little bit less than ideal. I haven't been taking Zay Flowers again. Just don't love the matchup with Cleveland. Addison I like a bit. Again, Chicago has been a spot that you can attack with receivers, so I have been taking some Addison. I've been taking QJ with kind of the assumption early, like throughout the week, I've assumed that Oronde Gadsden was going to be out, and that maybe like QJ would get back closer to the role that he had earlier in the week. And now Oronde Gadsden is practicing, and I'm less confident that is going to be the case. So I've been taking him, but I'm not sure that I'm going to continue taking QJ quite as much. I like Jawan Jennings quite a bit. I think his role has been really strong. I've been taking some Wandale and Darius Slayton, and now Darius Slayton didn't practice today apparently. Just with the Jameis news, I started clicking the Giants receivers today, so I like those a bit. Don't love Cortland Sutton because I think he's kind of the wide receiver 2 on Denver, and it's not a great matchup. I could see it though. I can see it. I think it's fine. I like Christian Watson quite a bit, just as like kind of ascending. Everybody's off the Packers. I think that's kind of a fun way to play with Jordan Love. I think it gets pretty deep here. I'm trying to think. And now I actually think Michael Wilson is playable at this point. With MHJ out, I think Wilson becomes playable.
Yeah, he's been like 90% route participation with MHJ on the outside. So maybe some of those targets get funneled to him. Is he a separator? we're gonna have to find out. It's kind of gonna be kind of a wish cash thing, kind of fantasy gods, kind of bless our bags type of click if you do swap to that. Yeah. I thought it was interesting today. Pearsall looks like he practiced today. What are we doing with the Niners, Chad? Are you liking the Niners this week?
I like Jennings. Pearsall, I know he practiced. I'm gonna have to see. Was it a full practice? Do we know at this point?
It's just an early report. I think they're just finishing up right now.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. I very much the more and more how do I want to say it? I don't like Shanahan and his injury reporting. It is so frustrating. So I don't know what to make of it and how much if he's going to be back or not. And it's really hard, like with salary cap stuff, you can just adjust to it. But here we've got to draft our team and we can't change, right? So it's really difficult to not have some of that information with it. Sometimes that's an advantage, but like it just, I don't know what to do with Pearsall. That's a long-winded way of saying that. So, and I know if he comes back, it hurts Jennings, but I like Jennings right now. So,
yeah, I agree. I concur with that. I like QJ quite a bit because he's getting all the fun stuff. Gadsden's really getting some of the fun stuff too, and sounds like he's going to be okay. That O-line is trash, so the ball's out quick. So those two guys should eat, and that really hurts. I mean, Ladd got quite a bit in the slot too, but some of that was after some of the injuries. So I'm still trying to work through my thought process with how the Chargers are going to attack that game against Jacksonville. We just saw Bowers just nuke Jacksonville, and the same thing last week too. Jacksonville is just, they're not tackling well at all in the secondary. Their linebackers taking bad angles. So I want to attack Jacksonville's like linebackers in secondary for potential house calls. I'm going to mix and match that a little bit just on probably values is what I'm thinking right now. But I like that. I like that shout out. Just quick ball movement. Herbert with those guys is pretty good. Are you guys getting? I don't know what to do with Worthy. He falls. He's there. He's kind of boom or bust. Is that how he is, or do you guys like Worthy that Kansas City wide receiver at all?
That's kind of my feeling, Neil, that face that you made. It's just, I don't know. I have even passed on him when I've had a naked Mahomes in the 6th round. So it just doesn't feel like the role is really there right now. So he's clearing stuff out. It's Rice underneath. It's Kelsey. That's what I'm interested in on the Chiefs.
They're doing a lot of stuff in the middle of the field. The only thing is it goes back to Andy Reid after bye weeks. They change up their offense. So and they've always talked about taking shots downfield. So I have that in my back of my mind. They're coming off a bye. They talked about all preseason. They want to hit like downfield balls. I feel like we're going to get a couple. It's just a gut instinct of mine. It's probably wish casting, but I'm just shouting it out there to the ethos. I got some worthy shares out there, fantasy gods. Let's get home with a couple of them.
All right, good. Well, then I'm covered because you're taking them.
Yeah. Parker Washington, he's a gamer. I think the ball knowers love Mr. Washington. Same thing with Troy Franklin. Once you're down here, it's kind of like it's like game environment, or you're kind of just TD hunting. Other than, I don't think Brian Thomas is playing. He's got a high ankle. Anything down here that you guys think we need to shout out, talk about before we move over to tight end?
So Parker Washington is interesting. If you take away his punt return touchdown, would we be as excited about him, and how likely is that to repeat? And Chris, you beat me to it. Jacoby Myers too. First game in there, he was featured. He had a near touchdown, or a touchdown that was called back. I can't remember which it is. Yep. Jacoby is interesting. I was on Parker Washington at the start of when this first opened, and I have moved over to Myers.
Yep.
I like that shout quite a bit. Yeah, I think if Parker Washington's going to be more drafted, like I think Jacoby Myers is just more likely to hit than Parker Washington. I know he's got the speed, the big play upside. Just I don't know that I'm going to get too much Parker Washington. I think it's fine. I think it's like a fine 6th-round dart throw. I just don't like doesn't stand out to me. I will say I mentioned Christian Watson's a player that I really like, but Romeo Doubs is expected to play too. So I actually think Romeo Doubs is one that I haven't done. I'm guessing a lot of the field has not done with that Q tag, but sounds like he's going to play, and you can see here he projects 1.5 better than Christian Watson. That's of course Underdog projections, which I'm not sure if they're that good, but I would guess that he's projecting better than Christian Watson. So I don't hate that idea either.
Yeah. And one other one that I'll throw out is Denver's number 1 receiver, Troy Franklin. So I like him too. So
yeah, I like him on my some of my Kansas City stuff. Just as a one-off, he has such a good red zone role in the offense. Gets a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to tight end.
I just want to call one thing. I see Crutch is saying Romeo goes mostly. So like in my stuff, I've got him going 50% of the time. So I think it really does depend on the room you're in and when you were drafting. Monday, he was going all the time because I was pre-game, pre-injury. So kind of it did change for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So he's going now, was not going early. Yeah, Lil Jordan. We're taking Lil Jordan instead of Troy Franklin now.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean it's Peyton's always a nightmare, and that's the only thing that scares me about Harvey. I believe in the talent. I think he's a home run hitter, but man, we're gonna see some weird packages. And why is that guy on the field? Because it's freaking Peyton.
Yeah,
it's Peyton. Yeah. Peyton's doing Peyton things. So, all right, let's tight end. I mean, for me, it's in McBride and Kittle. I think after the Marv news, I think McBride is. We might see close to 40% target share. It's just like, are the Niners just going to double them? Is kind of the question. Chad, how are you playing tight end?
Well, and if they double him, does it even matter with how many injuries they have? So
true.
I like McBride and taking him 6 or 7. To me, there is kind of a top 6 group, and then at 7, do whatever you want with at that point. And I've taken McBride there. I've taken a bunch of different guys, but I do like him. I'm just at the field though with him, just because it's really hard for a tight end to separate enough. But he has done it too, and you've seen the last couple of weeks that's happening a little bit more, where you need a must-have tight end, but it's usually coming from later in the draft. So it is hard for that first-round tight end to separate, because you still have to hit on somebody later where you would have had a running back or receiver in that spot. So I'm taking him just because that target share could be there, and I mean, I'm probably going to max again this week, so I want exposure to it. But there's a reason to fade it if you're not going to have a ton of entries going in. So after that, Kittle is a fine 2nd-round pick, kind of the same thesis, just a little less cost. And then I'm waiting till round 5, round 6, and it depends. I'll mix pretty much anyone in. I like Schultz and Otten the most. They're my top exposures. It was nice before Gadsden had that MRI. There was multiple times on Monday where I needed a tight end in round 6. And I was just like, screw it. I'll take Gadsden and I'll swap later and figure it out later, because he was still there because of the Q tag and no one expected him to play. So we got more than a few shares of 6th-round Gadsden.
That's nice. So. Yeah, I remember that. It was like late 4th, early 5th Gadsden stuff that I was getting kind of Monday into Tuesday too, and that's gone.
Yep. It really was like I don't know what to do at tight end here, so I'm going to let the projections guide me. So I'm going to take somebody that I expect to be out, and lo and behold, it sounds like he's going to play.
Yeah, it does sound like he's playing. Neil, what do you think? What do you see in how you're attacking tight end?
Yeah, so I think, McBride is like a pretty clear tier of his own. As you said, I think even with MHJ in, he would have been a tier by himself, but now it's just like clearly McBride is number 1, and then pretty big drop off, I think, down to Kittle and I actually kind of think Gadsden should be going higher than he is right now. I agree with you guys. I think I had one share of Gadsden late, and I really regret not taking more because I thought like it seems much more likely that he's going to miss this week, and now I'm regretting it. I've noticed the past couple drafts I've done, I've sort of forgotten about him because I forgot to move him up in my rankings. And so right after he goes, I thought twice in a row I've thought, man, I forgot about Aranda Gadsden. Is he still on the board? And then I look and it's Dave has taken him at like pick 40 both times. So you can still get him fairly late. I think he's a really great click if you can get him, 40 or around that pick. So I think Gadsden is kind of a target still until he moves up pretty significantly. Like I think he should probably be going ahead of Kelsey. But then I've been taking kind of a range of guys. You brought up Chad. You brought up the Pittsburgh tight ends. I have taken Jonnu a fair amount, but I don't actually think that I've taken him outside of game stacks there. Like unless I have a Pittsburgh Cincinnati thing going on, I have not taken Jonnu. I've thought like maybe I should because I think he could actually pay off even without the game stack. But actually, as I'm saying this, I'm pulling up the route share report at Fantasy Points just to see like, am I totally wrong on his role? He's been up 68% route participation last week for Jonnu, which is fairly strong. Tight ends against Cincinnati, just a thing all the time. Tight ends just crush Cincinnati. So I like the Jonnu play. He's the only one I've gone to of the Pittsburgh guys. I like Theo Johnson. I like Luke Musgrave, Loveland, taking a lot of Hawkinson. But yeah, I kind of mix it up. Take my tight ends with my game stack usually.
Yeah, I agree with that. Anyone have any insight on Mr. Strange in Jacksonville? Are we going to see him? How are you guys playing that one?
I haven't really thought about him. Honestly, I don't think the upside is worth it enough to really worry about compared to some of the other guys that I'm taking. So if he gets ruled in, if he projects well, then I'll cycle him in. But as of right now, I haven't taken him at all.
Yeah, I just did it. I just did it to stay on the clock and try to figure out what I want to do at tight end sometimes when you get boxed out.
Same thesis as taking Kincaid, really, at that point.
Yeah.
But more likely to play, right, than Kincaid?
He's more likely,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, it seems like Kincaid. I haven't clicked. I didn't think that was – I think anytime that happens, people are just staying on the clock, waiting for more madness to happen. Like
I will
just
say one thing
random
kind of surgeries. Oh, sorry, Matt. No, you're good. So seeing the last name on my list, Kyle Pitts, we didn't talk about Drake London too much, but I think he didn't practice today. I don't know if that changes anything for you guys, if it's just a rest day. I know he did get shaken up in the game, but Pitts could be an interesting one too.
Yeah, he's got a big time role. Sorry to step on you there, Neil. He's got a big time role, and he's pretty much playing wide receiver. So I think I like Pitts. He doesn't really ever fall now deep into the fifth round. So you got to kind of have to get him in that 3-4 turn if you want him.
Pitts is already, even with London, in the tight end 4 at Fantasy Points behind McBride, Kittle, Kelsey. I don't know what they have. I think they probably have Aranda Gadsden out, but yeah. So I think he's a really strong play regardless.
Yeah. I find myself like anytime I'm 7-8, I'm taking McBride personally. I haven't found a lot of Kittle because I've been kind of taking running backs there a little bit, so I have to pivot into Kittle a little bit more with the second half of my drafting window. A lot of Gadsden early. I'm going to continue with that one. And then, it's just taking shots at, potential tight touchdowns. I'm just touchdown hunting with like high team applied totals, like Baltimore's 24. So, okay, maybe Andrews gets one, Seattle, with Barner, he does the QB sneak stuff sometimes. So just get a touchdown with him. If McBride doesn't separate, if I get a touchdown and then my combos are legit awesome, I can maybe get to the top of the leaderboard that way. That's kind of how I'm tackling tight end. I like the Theo Johnson shout out. I've been getting on him a lot more now that Winston's the quarterback and it's not Russ, because Russ is so shitty. So now that Winston's there, I kind of like Theo.
Yeah,
I was just going to bring him up. 97% snap count last week. So
yeah, he's been that way because they play a shitload of 12. And they play, when they do play 11, he is the tight end on the field.
Yeah, I just didn't know if Bellinger coming back would really impact him, but nope.
What about Dawson Knox? I've done Dawson Knox when I take Josh Allen if I don't have a stack. I know you guys don't necessarily always stack, but I'm like, there's a pretty good chance that Kincaid misses. I think Knox is actually going to project fairly well. So like, as long as I can do a stack, might as well throw Knox on there when I'm kind of splitting hairs back there. Any interest there?
Just your TD hunting on a team that's going to score 27 points. So I can't say it's a bad click.
Yep. I like it. And you're getting leverage. I mean, right now he's like 10-ish, 15-ish% drafted. So granted, that probably will change when all the Kincaid gets swapped. And my guess is a lot of people will go that route, but that's just a guess. It doesn't have to happen that way. I like it though. So
awesome. I think we said it all. I don't know. Evan Ingram is. What do you guys think on him? Anything?
No,
it's fine. Yeah, I haven't done it.
I haven't either. I just don't think he's getting drafted, and it's one of those positions where I feel like leverage could matter a little bit in the tight end position, but it's so thin.
Yeah, I think the Pittsburgh tight ends are who I'm going to have to cycle in more than I have been.
On my drive home, I really started thinking about a little bit more the Rams in that Rams-Seattle game. I think that's a game that you really want to try to get right. And they're playing a lot of 13, so they're playing a lot of like 3 tight ends formation. And Terrace Ferguson, this is a deep cut. This is probably more for DraftKings than it is for probably Underdog. But they pretty much utilize him as a wide receiver in more like 12 and 13 when they play those, because he's a lot faster than your typical linebackers that he matches up with. So one guy that could get home on a big splash play if you're desperate or if you don't know what to do, I think Terrace Ferguson could get a touchdown. It's probably more a pick 'em thing for me this week, but I just wanted to shout that out. I've been thinking a lot about him this week.
I like it. I actually drafted him a couple of times 2 weeks ago, I think, coming out of the bye. I mean, he's explosive, and if he gets the work or any semblance of work, he'll be solid. So, but they rotated enough where that works too.
Yeah, it's you have to get the touchdown probably for it to matter in Dawg Bowl, but I might do it like my last like couple drafts because he's not going drafted like hardly ever.
Yeah,
Higbee's been drafted, but not Ferguson. People gravitate to the name they know.
Yeah. I mean, I see that he has an ADP. Same with like Njoku and Terrell Washington on the 12-mans. But again, that could be playbook, so it's hard to tell.
And as many as I've done, I have not been in all of them. So
yeah. All right, so man, the right side of the board again. I cannot get on that left side lately.
I prefer the right side personally.
Yeah, it'd just be nice to get kind of an elite.
Yeah, you want to mix.
Elite talent a little bit, and someone with an extremely high ceiling. But I mean, this is when I've just been going. If McBride is there, I've just been going McBride here every time.
I've been going mostly Warren. I've done a Cook there, I think. So McBride's gone. So to me, it'd be between Warren and Cook typically. I know, Chad, you said you've done Jefferson early in the first, so we can do that also. What do you guys think?
I'd go Warren. I have done Jefferson, but that's when we were getting more of those running back followers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. To me, Warren was the one that I like really wanted to target in the back half of the board. I think like the one thing that I've gotten right consistently this year is I just keep saying take running backs against Cincinnati. That's like the one thing that's just like works every time. Just like does not fail. It'll probably fail eventually, but so far just taking running backs against Cincinnati has been kind of a cheat code.
No, that's a good play.
Dowdle went at 7 in this one. I for a while I was looking like you might be able to pair up Dowdle with Warren. I'm sure people have that pairing, which kind of kills me because I don't have it.
Yeah, early in the week, you could probably get them at the 1-2 turn.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Check now to see if I've got that anywhere. Sorry.
Yeah, that one no shot.
Yeah.
I see a couple names that I like here, but I'm open to ideas also.
That's Nico and Henry and Kyron with Kittle and the quarterbacks. Yeah.
Or Josh Allen to me, like just because I think he also separates. So yeah, to me, it's like Josh Allen or Nico would be my picks. But if you want, I know you like Kyron better than I do.
Well, no, only when it makes sense, like later on, because he keeps falling. So I've been grabbing like the Bijan types and stuff.
Yeah, and as much as the running backs are moving up, I'd like to leave a third round for it. I'd go Allen.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
I do like Nico a lot, though. So,
yeah, I was going to say maybe Nico because there's a chance you get a running back and still Mahomes right now. The way
that's true.
People are letting Mahomes fall to that fourth, and I've been just scooping that fourth round Mahomes all the time.
Two bins though would not let Mahomes fall here, so he's got Rice.
Oh yeah, but sometimes you get in the right room.
You do see it.
I haven't been doing Mahomes. Now you guys have made me think I've been making an error probably by not taking Mahomes. I think I still have the hit last year in my mind with Mahomes. I could just like, oh, it's so gross. Don't want to do it after because I took him a lot last year and it didn't work out. But yeah, he's been so good this year. Probably need to start doing that.
Yeah, I just feel like if you can get a quarterback that can score 25 points, 26 points, and there's not one that goes to like 40, you're live. You're still live in the Dawg Bowl. And he's been, other than that Buffalo game, which was randomly terrible, and then he's on bye, but he was 24, 26, 31, 27, and you're getting him in the fourth round. Like, hello. So.
Is that when you would take Worthy? I guess Chad, you said you did not take Worthy even when you have naked Mahomes.
I passed on them. I have 2 Worthy shares, and both of those are probably stacked with Mahomes. But to diversify too, I passed on it another time when it was a 6 rounder. So yeah.
Not many people like to click Worthy right now. So it's like if you do want that fourth round Mahomes, there's a good shot that you can stack them if you want, and with a 5th round Worthy.
Yeah.
That might, again, once projections really get tightened up and pushed out and recorrected and massaged, it could change. But he's getting 7 targets. I like that team coming off a bye. They're going to change it up. It's not business as usual. Going back and looking at the box score, they're going to do some unique, different stuff, and be like, oh yeah, Worthy was a 4th round all summer, and we don't want to draft him in a Dawg Bowl,
right?
So
yeah, it looks like we've got some nice running back options if that's where we want to go.
Typically, yeah, this is like the Aaron Jones, the Harveys, the Marks, see who falls.
What do you? I like all those guys. What's your preference between that group?
Swift's there too. What do you think, Chad?
Woody is who I would take here.
Woody's kind of my lean also. Yeah, I'll sometimes do Aaron Jones. Where is? I'm not seeing Aaron Jones now.
He went 27.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah. Marks is a good play. Good click.
Dave. Yeah. Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah. Marks also gets those explosive runs against Tennessee. I think he was also on your list of defenses that give up explosive runs.
Yes, he is.
On top of getting the passing game work, so yeah, I think he's a strong click.
Yeah. They're favored by 7.5. So we like those running backs that are favored.
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about a little bit is like Chubb kind of interfering a little bit more, but hopefully they just know that it's time to invest in the young talent versus the salty vet.
Yep. Hopefully.
No. All right, we need to start hitting wide receiver, tight end.
Do.
There's one who, if he falls, makes sense for the team.
Yeah.
But you don't need to have it either. So
Right.
And that. And they stack when you stack Josh Allen, it is often with Shakir, right? That's like 30% of the time in my drafts. Those guys have been stacked. So if you want, you can avoid it, but it's still, to me, I think it's a smart play.
Yeah, I agree. I've been hitting Shakir quite a bit because of the Kincaid being probably not there. They're going to have to lean on him a little bit more. I had some notes on Buffalo, Tampa. Yeah, so Tampa's really good up front. They can give it away a little bit on the edges that's where Cook could shine, like we just saw with Hendo. But again, it's that over the middle, that kind of the cover 2 stuff, the single high safety stuff that they play, really opens Shakir in the middle of the field quite a bit. So I think like Shakir is going to have a good game here against Tampa. I like that. I've done a lot of Shakir. Shakir and like QJ for me are my like 4th round wide receivers that I've been kind of leaning on, especially now that Marv's no longer in the player pool for us.
Yes, man, I loved QJ so much when I thought Gadsden was going to miss the game, and now I'm like, I still think like he's still running the routes, like he's running most of the routes. I'm just like, I don't love it as much because we just don't have the same like the thesis of like, well, what if we just get back to the role that he had early on, and he looked really good, so I think it made sense. But I just had an extra little bit of reason to like it with Gadsden out.
Yeah, I agree because they're playing everybody. They're starting to get to the Chargers of last year where they're running like 7-8 wide receivers on the field. Well, these packages, everybody's playing. They got the rookies out there quite a bit this last game too. And Keenan Allen's kind of snaps are getting cut in half. So it's becoming a little bit of a mess, and we don't like these offenses that have crazy packages and they're not super condensed. So it makes it difficult.
Yeah.
So Chad, well, we got a little bit before. Are you bringing your dad again for next year or for Kansas City? I'm sorry.
No, my wife's going to come down this time. She came down to Miami back this time too. Last year, one of our sons has had some difficulty in school here and there, and we had just been on vacation. So she stayed back, and I brought my dad instead. Everything's going great this year. He's in a new school, a smaller school that has been much better for him. So she's going to come down with me.
Nice.
That's fun.
You going to be a night owl, or are you going to be a good boy and getting your sleep, getting your rest?
We'll see. I mean, I was good last year too. I will be up for another steak dinner though.
Well, that was after all the shenanigans.
You guys go much harder than me. I'm the old man. I know you're with me, but you act younger than me. I'll tell you. So.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I'm always 22.
Yeah. Only one of us could have pulled off the Hawk Tua at the Dawg Bowl. So.
That's right. It's meant to be.
As Chris G says, let's get fucking wild. Yeah. We're gonna get there, Neil. I tell you.
We got to. I'm a night owl too. So I'm finally like getting to the point where I'm not as much of a night owl. Like I can't always go to like 2-3 a.m. Especially if I'm drinking, but I'm still a night owl at heart. So I'll be out there with you.
Yeah. I used to be much more, but my kids do not sleep past 6:30, so they don't give me an option. So
yeah, love it. Have you started looking at week 4? Oh, yeah, we're on the clock.
Well,
we're about to be.
We're about to be, and Kate Otten is who I would snap take here, and Pat
yeah,
can't take him. So
yeah, he's gonna take him.
Yep.
You hardly see him fall this far.
Yep, it goes with our stack. That is a perfect pick to me.
Yeah. So are you starting to look at week 14? Are you preparing that, or are you just kind of waiting? Just you're grinding week 11 right now because that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm grinding week by week. I've now so I've always collected data, and I'm collecting even more and gonna put it all together. So in a way, I'm working on week 14 stuff, trying to synthesize it, but it's not specific to week 14 right now. Right now, all the game stuff and knowledge is more geared towards this week, but we will shift after week 12 and skip week 13 completely and focus completely on 14 at that point.
Yeah. Gotta watch out for crutches. He might root for you. See that comment? So good.
Yeah. Crutches, you've had your chance at that, so you're all talk. So
yeah. So good.
So we're down to one more receiver. Just so you guys know, I did get into another draft just because I have limited time, and I entered and it's not filled.
Perfect.
Who do we like here? Xavier. I know you like Xavier Worthy.
Watson.
I like Watson.
Yeah, I like Watson. Wicks is really as a man beater too against the Giants, and that's if you want to scroll a little bit.
Is he run enough routes?
Yeah, he's going to. Yeah. Oh no, now Dobbs is in. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We took Wicks. Okay. All right.
Oh shit. Yeah, but Wicks is the man beater for sure.
Oh, I got into the wrong draft. Oops. We are on the clock in this other draft. I don't know if you guys have time to do another draft. McBride is here.
Yes, do it. Right side again.
Yeah, 7th pick.
Yeah, I like McBride.
I've got my next show coming up in 31 minutes. So I had to get one in. I figured I should enter now to see if we can get a second one in.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a Rolodex of wide receivers in Green Bay. Really, Golden's going to be the one to really monitor. If Golden's out, there's a good shot that Wicks can still get home because he will. He's probably more of the deep threat, and Watson is kind of more of the zone beater, versus Wicks is more of the man beater historically. So, and the Giants play nothing but man, and they suck at it. They're terrible at man. So I don't even know why they're playing man, but they are.
Nice. Yeah, and again, he's not being drafted that much. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Especially because we have the chalky stack with Allen and Shakir.
Yeah.
So getting a different way.
For sure.
I just snuck a quick look over at my eliminator team. Sorry, Neil. So
how's it looking? Are you still in the main eliminator?
Yep, I've got one left. So
how's the matchup?
I think it looks decent. I've got a JT team. I matched up with a JT team, so that's good. So.
I have a JT team, and I did not match up with a JT. I match up against him every week when he's not on bye, and now that he's on bye, suddenly I don't get JT.
So I got that matchup, and his QBs are Burrow, Nix, and Daniel Jones. So don't mind that. It's Nix only this week.
Yep.
Running backs he's got left Kyron and Javante, and he only has Amon-Ra, JSN, and Addison at receiver. So
Jesus, you hit the nuts. I mean, there are going to be people playing against no quarterback, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, I do not mind. And I've got my QBs aren't great. I've got Fields, Stafford, and Penix, but I've got 3 options. So
yeah, Stafford's gonna ball out. That's a big game.
I'm facing Stafford in mine. So I think my team is I think it's probably among the best eliminator teams remaining. Just like it is. I kind of hit the nuts with my team. Got lucky with some falling value. I got a 4th round JSN. But nice. It's a JT team. So it's this week in particular is going to be pretty tough to get through. And I have a fairly tough opponent, I'd say. But yeah, it's like one of my few eliminators that had really good luck and got some great value. So got pretty lucky.
Now the real key is I'm waiting for BBMDB to update. So
yep, me too.
All right, who do we want to pair McBride up with? You guys want to go running back, or is Mbuka here, or Collins?
Mbuka's gone, so
yeah. I don't mind McConkey, Collins, Devontae.
I'd go Nico here. We almost got put with a really hard decision. If rookie had taken Nico, I wouldn't have liked the spot. So
yeah, I don't mind. I don't love it. They're starting to really utilize more running backs in Baltimore, which is you want to see. You want to see King Henry get all the work, and he's slowly giving it away. So it's been
Did I see Hill didn't practice though today?
Yeah, it's more Keaton Mitchell though. They're giving some of the fun outside the tackle running plays, those big splash running plays that Henry had all last year. Mitchell's are starting to get a little bit of that because Henry's not getting there like fast enough to break those to the house. I feel like he's getting a little long in the tooth this year.
Yeah. I do have Keaton Mitchell on my eliminator team too. So it would be nice if he does start getting going a bit here at the end.
Yeah, they're giving him some of those fun, like, hey, let's get a splash running back play here and get some chunk yardage. You're seeing him kind of in their rotation a little bit more than Henry.
Yep. Crutch just said bragging camp talking about our eliminators. I have to brag about my eliminator because my best ball is going so poorly right now.
Oh no!
Every week I'm losing advance rate. Yeah, it's been rough. And I looked at my it's a lot of my Omari and Hampton teams are like bubble teams, and they're just sinking. Yeah,
I saw that tweet.
It's been kind of brutal.
Yeah, not to put any pressure on you, Neil, but you're on my fantasy best ball team. So
yeah, and I was doing so well for a while.
Going down too. So
yeah, I'll have to get one to the finals for you.
Yeah.
I'm just hovering right now. I need Purdy back so bad. Purdy's a big part of my portfolio.
Yeah, I don't have a lot in BBM, but I have I'm overweight overall on Purdy, so it's been hurting me. I'm also overweight on Kyler, which at this point just feels like it was just a bad click. Unlucky also, but also maybe just a bad click.
Yeah. Yeah, the offense didn't match the player style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for week 14, 15. Really, it's 15, 16. Those are some fun sweats in the best ball streets.
Yeah.
All right, so we got McBride and Nico. That's a good start. We're gonna have our pretty much a good selection at running back here. We got Swift,
Marks, Harvey.
I mean, I'm good with Marks and Harvey again. I don't mind Swift, but I feel like the matchup's a little bit tougher than those two.
I'd go Harvey because we have Nico, but
that's true.
Yeah,
I mean Tennessee's a good matchup, and
yeah, exactly.
So you don't like the correlation there of Harvey with? I've done Marks with Nico. I mean,
I have. Yeah, I have it too. Just as a tiebreaker, I like Harvey on top of it. So
yeah,
it is both together, but
yeah, it's only a 38-point total right now, so you really gotta get the over, and those guys all have to have the touchdowns. So pretty thin.
But Tennessee is probably the worst team in the NFL. So
yeah, Chad, what do you think gets home? I'm thinking it's going to be a 145 this week. It's going to be in the 140s.
I hate those weeks where it's so many because you just have to get it right. But
11 game slate.
Yeah, it is 11. There are a lot of high totals. Last week was interesting because there were a lot of high totals, but it didn't seem like there were great environments to hit, and then it got crazy anyway. So I gotta lean more into the totals, and you're probably right around the 140 to 145.
Yeah, I'm thinking you need 140, maybe 138, but it's gonna be high 130s, I think, this week.
Yeah.
Sounds right. Should be high scoring.
Yeah.
How many running backs do we think put up 20 plus fantasy points on Underdog this week?
Well, that's a great question. 6, 7.
Sounds right.
Did you do that intentionally, Matt?
No,
6,
no. No, I'm 43 years old, man. I have no idea what's going on with culture stuff.
You're 43. Did you have a birthday? You're older than me now.
Yeah, 82. June of 82.
Oh, June. Okay. Okay. I thought we were both 42.
Yeah. No,
Maybe I knew that.
Older than you, but I still feel like 22.
Yeah.
I still can party with the boys.
That's what's important.
Yeah. That was not intentionally. As somebody who does not have kids and is 42, I don't understand the 6-7 thing at all. I don't know where it came from, I don't understand what's going on, and I'm not going to look into it. Yeah, I don't. It's stupid.
As someone who's 41 and has kids, I don't know where it came from. It's just
okay. It's dumb.
Out of nowhere. Yep.
All right. What do we got here? We got a couple of running backs. Wow, they're letting some running backs fall to us, aren't they?
Well, Swift and Marks both went.
We got one more?
It's White.
Oh, it's White. Shit.
DeMarcado's still here. Again, he would be paired up with McBride, so I don't know if we love that.
Which wide receiver? What do we got? QJ there?
QJ is there. Juwan Jennings is there if we want to go him on the other side of Trey McBride. Oh, Jennings went. So yeah, we could go QJ, Wandale. I don't mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mind QJ, Wandale. I'm not huge on White this week, personally.
You want to go QJ? What do you think, Chad? Do you agree?
That works. I don't have much QJ, so way to get there. So,
all right, let's do it.
I like QJ a little bit. Just he's getting healthier. He's ramping things up. It's going to be a quick passing attack. I like that game. I like that game environment. Jacksonville again struggles to tackle. So if it's not Ladd, it's going to be QJ. Gasson too, but
Sean in here calling us young and says that when you guys were 2, he was already wiring houses. Impressive.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Working with his hands like a man. Good for you. Love it.
I mean, would you say that you work with your hands?
I do. I do work.
You do work with your hands? Like still, you'd say you do?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I can run any piece of equipment. I can hook up any pipe that you need. I can wire any house that you need with electricity. I can do it all.
Oh, you can do electrical too. Damn. Okay.
I can do it all. Yeah. Yeah. You need a sewer line run. You need a water line install. I can do it all. Any infrastructure.
Impressive. Okay.
I can get it done for you, Neil.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
If you're ever in Minnesota, I'll call on you to help me with my wiring or something.
Oh yeah, you guys are. That's right. You guys see the northern Chad? Yeah, you saw the northern lights at your place last night. I saw the photo. It's pretty awesome.
It's supposed to be even stronger tonight, is what I read too. So.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
It's cloudy here. Shit. Maybe going out.
Yeah, we might. I saw them. I went out to the bar last night, and just over the bar, you could see red lights. It was kind of cool. And then I saw Math's pictures and Lofty picture on Twitter. I was like, Jesus, those are so much better than how they looked to us. So
you need to get your phone out, Neil. That's the key.
I did. No, I did. Even with the phone, it was just it was mostly just some red lights. It's because we're in the city. It's just too many lights.
Too many lights. Yeah.
So yeah, the last time we had northern lights, my wife and I drove out to a lake up north a little bit, just half an hour up the highway. So maybe we'll do that tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, you should check them out.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Chad, do you think we're going to get any interesting practice reports, or do you think the slate's going to start condensing in on itself?
I hope there's not any interesting reports. I always hate when those kind of spring out of nowhere. I think for the most part, we kind of know the areas to watch. Bucky is going to be the most interesting one, but I just remember the original Bucky week was then when Chuba came out of nowhere as being out and Rico spiked. So that one hurt because I was all over White early, and then it ended up not mattering because Rico ended up being the play you needed to make. So
DeMercado's still here. We are on the clock now. DeMercado's still here. Worthy, if you like that. Kyle Pitts, you want to get a tight end, or Bucky.
We've got McBride. I'd go DeMercado here. We got tight end covered. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I like
that.
DeMercado.
Like that.
So then, do we want to go Jacoby Brissett?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for this team with DeMercado and McBride.
We could just pair those two and then do like a Knicks or something different.
Knicks or Davis Mills?
Is Shrout back? Is he going to clear protocol, or are they going to do a little soft benching with him?
He did not practice today. He needs a limited practice tomorrow to have any shot of clearing it.
Yeah. Davis Mills is interesting to me.
It's scary to me because what if Stroud comes back and Mills is active and we're just taking the 0? So
it's the early game, and if he doesn't play a snap, then we'll still get a swap as long as it ends before the start of another, like before the 3 o'clock window.
Okay, starts. That's good at least. I'd be willing if you guys want to do Davis Mills, but
yeah, let's fucking do it.
Balls better than Brissett. I'm still like Brissett. We have the DeMercado and McBride, so we kind of got a double.
Well,
but if you guys like Mills, then that's cool.
Yeah, I just worry about rushing touchdowns, taking away, capping our ceiling. That's what I worry about.
Yeah.
Brissett's 65% drafted. Mills has been in one that I've seen.
Yeah.
Stroud's been 15%, and then who's Knicks is the other one we were looking at, 45%. So
okay.
Massive leverage, balls on the table, stream draft.
Let's get it.
Let's get
it with Mills.
Let's get with Mills.
If we had done it last week, it would have been awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? Fuck. Yeah. Played it too safe last week a little bit. I was playing a lot of the combos last week. This week, I'm definitely trying to get off the board a little bit more.
There you go.
There we go. I need to start using some of those, the S words in earlier in the week, because it did like Davis Mills doubles. And so I played that over on DK, but I didn't draft it at all here. And I think I would have if I had been playing with that. So
S words. I like it. I mean, I have most of my shows are sponsored by Run the Sim, so we actually use the word around here.
It's okay. The simulator.
I don't want to get anyone in trouble with any sponsors or anything like that. So
there's no sponsors on this show. This show is we say too many bad words to be sponsored. We're drinking on stream. We're swearing on stream.
Oh, man.
That works for me.
Yeah. We're having fun. This is what fun is like.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Chad, you're the best. Love our conversations. Love everything that you do for the community, man. Love just you just grinding this thing out, man. Just everything that you do. Really appreciate you, what you do. Any words, parting words before we end the evening and let everybody jump in the streets and start drafting these even more?
Have fun. I appreciate it. Always, like, I love being here. Anyone ever wants to reach out, like, I mean, I'm trying to be an open book because the amount that I've gotten from the community has been way more than I've given too. So like I would be nowhere near where I am if it wasn't for what people have just graciously offered up to. So that's the thing. Like, we do play a zero-sum game, but it doesn't feel like that. So
yeah,
like, and it doesn't have to, it's only zero-sum in the money. It's not in the relationships that you make. So
Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. Completely agree. Love you guys, man. Have a great evening. Neil, send us off.
Yeah, we are going to get out of here. But speaking of giving back to the community, you can use promo code MATH to get 10% off at the Underdog Masterclass. Need to remind people of that. Those guys, of course, at the Badge Bros, Pete, giving back to the community all the time. So if you want to support those guys, support Math at the same time, you can use promo code MATH to get 10% off at the Underdog Masterclass. And you'll probably learn a lot if you take the course. So check that out. But yeah, Chad, appreciate you as always. Math, of course, always fun. We'll be back next week for another show. Let's get a ticket this week so we can hang out with everybody in Kansas City. Good luck, everybody, and we'll see you next week.